So I thought it might be time for an update. I'm sitting out here by the fire that's been going for 2 days so far with burning off all the junk. See, beautiful. Sitting on a couple of old tyres for the moment and contemplating that this should be a fire pit for future. Put some logs around it. I've cleaned the Japanese garden out. No longer a Japanese garden. I took out the ponds, they stank. Thomas's second enclosure is done. It looks fantastic. I've just got to finish the other side of that, but that's part and parcel of doing the Japanese garden because there's rocks and more rocks and rocks, they just don't stop. So I'll just keep moving them over to there, and it's just going to be a rockery. I figure if you can't beat them, join them. House is really nice and cozy. Maddie and I are quite comfortable here. I've been trimming stuff in the driveway, trimming. I go through 3 batteries every day on my poor little pruning saw. It's worked really hard, but it's done well. So the next stage of the Japanese garden is to continue pulling up the stones, get rid of the shade cloth on the clothesline and get rid of the old clothesline. Then I'm going to move the caravan into there. It'd be really nice to have a tractor to come and pick it up and just move it, I think, because it's going to be really hard to try and put in there. I've got a fair bit more work. I've got to pull out some stumps and things like that from the conifers that I've cut down. Other than that, I'm starting to apply for work because now I need to find a job up here. This money only goes so far. Probably can manage for another 2 weeks and that'll be about it. I really need to get some work. Other than that, all good and loving life up here. Lockdown's over for us, so on Monday I'm going to go into town, into Traralgon, and change my over from Vodafone to Telstra because at least we've got reception now that Maddie's put in boosters and things like that. I started on the other little garden bed under the gum trees just to pull some of the old logs and shit out that he had there, and found that huntsman's nest that I've posted and they were still there when I went back, so I just kind of moved the log again and let them, hopefully they'll dissipate overnight and I can get rid of that other log. And then I've got to get the pickaxe and start digging out some of the dirt there because I don't think dirt should be up the tree, and we're in a really high bushfire danger area with the forest just behind us. I'd show you, but it's pitch black. I don't think you can see anything out there. You can see where the back fence has been burnt. Sorry, I'll get that better. See where the back fence has been burnt and the gum trees in the back paddock, and apparently last time they lost some sheds, that was about 8 years ago. So a lot of undergrowth in that forest. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes up. We're about 2 minutes as the crow flies from Walhalla. And we all know that went up last bad bushfires. I do need to get some sprinklers on the roof, so anyone out there who's a plumber and can come up and give me a hand putting some sprinklers up on the roof. I want 4, one each end of the house and one each end of the sheds, and enough to cover the courtyard so that I can put the horses in there if we've got to run. Maddie and I, our next big job together is to work on a proper fire plan because now we're going to need it, as compared to where we've lived before, where chances of bushfire are pretty minimal. Here, however, watch and act and we'll be out of here. Hopefully we're home so we can take all the animals with us because otherwise it could be disastrous. Looking forward to having a few people come up and visit, sit around the campfire because I'm going to make this beautiful fire pit. Yeah, so loving it. See ya.